Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Hicks from Higher Education International. Today I'm here with week 2 of our weekly video series, and today I'm going to be talking about the US and Canada. How are they similar? How are they different? And which country is for you if you're considering studying abroad in the US or Canada? On average, a program costs more in the United States compared to Canada. So that doesn't mean that every program in the United States costs more than every program in Canada. But on average, a program costs more in the United States compared to the programs in Canada. So the range, for example, the range of the cost for a bachelor's program per year in the United States is about between $30,000 American up to $90,000 American per year at the most expensive institutions in the United States. Compared to Canada, the approximate range for a bachelor's program per year for an international student is between $13,000 Canadian up to about $40,000 Canadian per year. So not only is the range less expensive in Canada, but actually the Canadian dollar is worth less compared to the American dollar. As I'm making this video, it can definitely change. So another important difference between the two countries is work options for international students. So in both countries, in both Canada and the United States, international students can work 20 hours a week during their studies and 40 hours a week, up to 40 hours a week during breaks and holidays from school. An important difference, though, is that in Canada, students can work on campus, so you can work in the college or university, or you can work off campus. So that means you can go down the street and get a job at a restaurant, you can get a job at the local mall, and this is all allowed in Canada as long as you work 20 hours a week or less during your studies, or 40 hours a week or less during breaks and holidays. In the United States, on the other hand, students must work on campus. So you can still work up to 20 hours a week while you study, and up to 40 hours a week during breaks and holidays, but you must work within the college or within the university. In Canada, depending on your program, you would be eligible to receive a post-graduation work permit between 1 and 3 years. So I say depending on your program because not all programs from all institutions make you eligible for a post-graduation work permit. So it's really important you check with the institution or you check with your admissions counselor if you want to stay and work in Canada after you graduate, because not all programs allow you to stay in Canada and work in Canada after you graduate. But with many programs in Canada, you have the option to stay and work in Canada between 1 and up to 3 years after you graduate. So you receive what's called the post-graduation work permit. In the United States, you also have that option. So if you graduate from a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a PhD program, you can also receive a 1-year post-graduation work visa, what's called the OPT in the United States. Also, depending on the program you studied, you may be able to receive up to 3 years as well. So if you study what's called a STEM program, so STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, or Mathematics. If you study one of these areas, then you may be eligible to receive an up to 3-year post-graduation work visa, which is called the OPT. What happens is in Canada, many students, after they work for a year, they have the opportunity to apply for permanent residency. So if they apply for permanent residency and they're accepted, then they can stay in Canada as if they were Canadian. So that's a great option as well. In the United States, After your OPT, or your post-graduation work visa, ends, there are opportunities to extend your visa, not extend your visa, but receive a different type of visa, but you would need sponsorship from an employer in this case. So thanks for joining us today in our week 2 of our weekly video series. I hope you found the information really useful for deciding whether you want to study in Canada or the United States. And I hope everyone has a really great week, and we'll see you next time.